Howdy folks, it's Alterly here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going to do another IFR flight in the $TBM 930 because it's my favorite plane I use to test things that I'm unfamiliar with or need more practice with. And I just did a test flight in this area using a different way of doing an IFR flight, and that's what we're going to do today because remember before, not the previous two videos, but the previous two IFR flights, we selected everything here and completely planned our flight, but we're not going to do it that way. We're going to choose our airports, but then we are going to let the ATC tell us our transition and approach and all that stuff. And then in Sim, we will change the GPS in the cockpit and make the changes there. It's a different way of doing it. It's a little, not more complicated, but you gotta be careful that if you don't click on too many things or you'll set up approaches you didn't mean to. So we'll talk about that. But it's a different way of doing IFR. I just did a test flight here and the weather is awesome to do this in because there's clouds and broken clouds and strong winds, and it's gonna be really fun. So for my test flight I did St. Cloud to Minneapolis, but because of the transitions we had to fly way down here and it took forever. So for this we're going to do Rochester, and let's choose a departure from a parking spot, not custom. No. Parking, there we go. So that is departure. And we're going to go up here to Minneapolis, my home airport. It is no secret that I live right by the airport in Minneapolis, so that's fun. There we go. That's going to be our arrival. It's going to be GPR low altitude IFR. It's going to be parking direct. We're going to make this direct, and we're going to make that automatic. And it'll tell us in Sim what to do. Flight conditions, people are off, live traffic. There's a lot of traffic right now too. It's going to be really fun. In fact, in my test flight, as I was about to touch down, a jet flew right through me and they made him go around. It's hilarious. Live weather and time, 4:40 p.m. is correct. It's finally correct. How many flights have I done where this is not correct? It's actually correct. That's awesome. We'll use the TBM because I love this plane. I know it very, very well, and it's good for me to do tests in, and then I'm going to start testing with a citation for IFR. But ultimately, we're a VFR GA channel, but a little bit of IFR again in the Kenmore. We're going to deliver parts for a washing machine, I guess. So there we go. We got everything all set, how we're going to do it. And let's hit fly. And here we are looking at beautiful Rochester, Minnesota. Mayo Clinic is there, all that stuff. Kind of flat, right? Because it's Minnesota. Wisconsin actually has a lot of hills, though, believe it or not. But the weather is perfect. We get to fly through these clouds. It's going to be so fun. But otherwise, it's a good sized place, right? Okay, so here we go. I am using the... Oh, it's kind of dark in here. I am using my checklist on my other monitor this time instead of a paper checklist. Now that I do screen recording, I can... what's that M for? Now that I'm doing screen recording, I can use other stuff on my other monitor. I used to hook record, where I would hook the program to my recording software because I get better frame rates that way, but it broke with Flight Sim. I have to screen record with Flight Sim. So that's what we're doing. I mean, we lose like 3 frames per second, but who cares? We're in the 70s anyway. All right, enough of that stuff. Make sure parking brake is set. I'm pretty sure it is, but let's push it anyway. Confirm my rudders work, and they do. Go up to here and do fuel and passengers. This is so nice not to have paper. So what are we doing? I'm flying by myself today, and no one is with me, but I am bringing parts for the washing machine. So there's going to be 50 pounds in the front and 50 pounds in the back. There we go. Plenty of fuel for this trip. Let's bring it up a little bit more, and that is it for fuel and passengers. So let's go up here. Crash lever goes up now. And then the battery source, we can barely read. Let's turn on the panel so we can see stuff much better. And you can be quiet now. Thank you very much. Let's see. Source battery, just did that. Generator main. Panel lights on, I just did. Cabin and access lights. There's nobody back there. Who cares about the cabin and lights right now? If you want to see what I'm talking about, it's all dark back here. But we've got some parts in the back and in the front. But no one's watching. No one's doing anything. Who cares? Start the MFD, which is multi-function display. There we go. De-ice test lights. I have yet to find the doggone button for that, but here is the test lights for gear. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see. Panel lights, cabin, landing gear, de-ice. Check fuel quantity. we're good. We're over halfway. So we're going to get this thing started. Strobe lights come on first. I think that's on. I can't really tell. And they're strobing. There we go. They're on. Alrighty, make sure the yoke conditioner is full on my yoke. There we go. Ignition to auto. Where are you? Right there, all the way up. All the way up. Come on, why won't you go up? I can't see. Okay. Come on. I can't tell. Is it up? Must be up. Normally it goes, the arrow goes away if it's all the way up. Whatever. We'll just say it is, I guess. Boost pump. What's it say? Boost pump to on. What position is it in now? It's on auto because see how it's, you can't go up higher? See, that's what I'm talking about. If this were really up all the way, I should get that no symbol. Whatever. Starter on. And the airplane should just start. Hopefully I got those pumps on and everything correctly. And you're going to start for me. There we go. That made me nervous. But it's working. There we go. Cool. Let's get nice and close. Get a screenshot of that. That looks pretty cool. Oh, my cat just opened my closet. There's nothing in there, kitty. Please don't go in my closet. Okie dokie. Make sure engines and everything are stabilized. That's what all this is all about. And it's looking good. Feather the throttle twice. I don't know why. I just know that it's in the instructions to do it. Now we want the boost pump to auto, which already is, right? I think. Nope, now it's on auto. Perfect. There we go. Let's see. Fuel select, confirm it's on auto. It should be, again, it's hard to see these switches. I think it's on auto. Oh. There, I can see a little thing there. Now it's on auto. And then we come down here and test to make sure it works. Back and forth. There we go. So equals the weight from the fuel tanks. Alright, AP trim's on. This is what I always screw up. Gotta go up 2 times to turn autopilot on, not just once. Confirm generator is on main. It still is. Bleed to auto. That's over here. We're gonna go bleed. Come on, Brian. Bleed to auto. There we go. What is next? AC fan. Yeah, we can turn the fan on and turn the heat up a little bit. It is only like 40 degrees in Minnesota today. 7 Celsius, whatever that is, in Fahrenheit. Can you? I think you can change the units. I think. No, you can do the altitude units. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Otherwise, let's see here. Bleed auto fan, oxygen on. We're not going to go that high, but we're going to turn oxygen on anyway. De-ice, yeah, it's really cold. Let's turn all the de-ice stuff on. Oh, all of it, please. There we go. Oh my gosh, my cat just tried jumping into my closet and he jumped on some guitar cases. Okay. Let's see. Then we mess with my PFD settings, primary flight display. What I like to do is turn on wind option 3, 23 knots, and we're on the ground. Good grief. That's crazy. Let's do angle of attack to auto. I don't think we can turn the map off. We can do the scaling of the map, but we can't turn it off. So anyway, there we go. Yes, I know it's inertia separator is on. That's what we want. What can we do here? Anything fancy? Nothing. Okay. What is next? Flight plan. Now, there was no flight plan, right? We're going to have ATC tell us. We just know we're leaving this airport using IFR, and then it'll tell us what to do, and we'll come down here to this one, and we'll do procedure, and we'll do our approaches. It tells us. It'll give us the runway, give us a transition. We activate it, and then everything goes in, including frequencies. For example, I know, because I know Minneapolis really well, if they have us land on 30 left again, it's 110.3. See, it's not in here for ILS. It will put it in there for us if we need it. If they give us an ILS approach, this will load for us, and this will change from GPS to ILS for us automatically, even though we did not pre-select anything in the flight plan screen. Now, if you want to be totally nerdy and do it all manually, then we could just do it now. Put in, well, you can go here and go to Minneapolis and put it all in automatically. You click on KMSP, you go, whoops, that's not KMSP. That was Kane. No, MSP. Hang on, we clicked on the wrong thing. Let's zoom in and get the airport. There we go. Zoom down, ILS. But we don't know yet for sure what runway they're going to give us. But once they do, you could do it this way, put it in manually, but you don't have to. It's up to you. I'm just saying, whatever they give us, if it's ILS, they'll put it in automatically and change it over. If it's RNAV, it'll change over. All you need to do is hit approach on your autopilot at the right time, and you're good. That's all you got to worry about. Okay, so let's just go back to here for now. That's the flight plan part of it. Let's see here. Let's do our IFR clearance. So here we go. Turn on the radio and IFR. Well, I guess you're going to turn on. Well, we could do ATIS, but it's going to tell us the barometer and the wind and everything when we do IFR. So let's just go right to the IFR clearance. This is right here.
Rochester Ground Turtle Soup, Tango, 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 41 IFR to Minneapolis, ready to copy.
Turtle Soup, Tango, 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 41 is cleared to Minneapolis Airport is filed. Takeoff runway tree 1 climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 132.35 squawk 736 tree.
Turtle Soup, Tango, 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 41 cleared to Minneapolis Airport as filed. Takeoff runway tree 1 climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 1 tree 2.35 squawk 736 tree.
Turtle Soup, Tango, 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 41 read back correct. Contact ground on 121.9. Good day.
Alright, cool. So what we're going to do now is we are going to come down here, switch this over to GPS, because that's what we're using. So for autopilot, I put in the 9,000 feet, like I said. Flight director nav, which is set to GPS. Vertical speed, 1,100 feet per minute. Okay? Very straightforward stuff, but I understand that not everybody does it as often as I do, so I just tell you what I do. They'll give us a transition here, and then this will change once we get near Pepper. Alrighty, but for right now, we're just going to keep our zoom like, we'll keep our zoom like that. Always, we're good to go there. We have everything set up, and let's see what else we need to do. Flight plan, that's what we did. They didn't give us a weather yet, so we could be, I mean, you're supposed to do the ATIS, like we would do ATIS now. Or we would have before because it's gone off our screen. You should have done ATIS. I'm not worried about it because we're just going to hit B for barometer. It'll reset it. If you want to be super nerdy about it, listen to the ATIS or wait for them to tell you your barometer, which they're going to in a minute. Nav source already did, and we already did our clearance. So we'll come back down here. One more thing I wanted to do was do the speed bugs, turn them all on. That'll be on the ribbon there. Let's go to this screen. Or is it this one with the timer? This one has the timer. Alrighty, so let's get our taxi set up. Request taxi. Well, now ATIS. I guess I read that wrong. I thought that said Rochester Tower. It does ATIS. So we can listen again, but we're not going to for the sake of time. So here we go. Let's request our taxi.
Rochester Ground Turtle Soup, Tango, 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 41 with Yankee ready to taxi IFR.
Turtle Soup, Tango, 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 41 taxi to and hold short of runway tree 1 using taxiway. Contact tower on 118 tree when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway tree 1 using taxiway Turtle Soup, Tango, 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 41.
Alrighty, so what we could do is turn on the taxi ribbon and it'll tell us how to get to 3-1. But it's right there. I picked a parking spot because I knew it would be close to the departure runway. I don't like using the taxi ribbon to depart because if you don't go exactly where they want you to, you take off and then it still points at it and it still wants you to taxi there and you still get the stupid thing on your screen that's like 20 nautical miles because you didn't do exactly what they wanted. So I don't like using the taxi ribbon for the departure. Sometimes I use it for parking depending if I know where I'm parking or not. So anyway, so here we go. Let's get our first set of flaps down. Let's get our taxi lights on, which is the first one here. Come on, where is it? Taxi lights are on. Pulse lights should come on now. And props forward and flaps down. And then we'll do some more stuff at the end of the runway. So let's come out here, take off parking brake. And look out for this dude's little machine. And boom. We now have two dudes. And the wind is blowing me so much that I have to crawl. I'm going to have to crawl to turn. When we go straight, we can go a little faster, but when we turn, we have to crawl through. So just a quick little taxi here, no problem whatsoever. But anyway, yeah, I've been enjoying these little IFR flights. It's been fun. My favorite is still little GA planes doing VFR stuff, but I've been enjoying the TBM 930, doing some tests with IFR just to see what's changed in the sim, because it's been many sim updates since I've done IFR, these past 3 IFR flights, and a lot has changed. Functionality has improved or been added. The ATC has improved, so it's a lot more fun. It was fun before, but it's way more fun than it was 2 years ago. Has this been out for 2 years? I think so. I'm having a hard time turning when there's wind, so we're going to go nice and slow here. There we go. We'll just have a quick little flight to Minneapolis. It's going to be mostly just ATC talking and not a whole lot of me talking, to be honest. So you'll have to watch the screen to see what I'm doing instead of me narrating everything that I do. Because parts of it will go quickly, but you can just watch and see what I'm doing. Hopefully you learn something from this. I always think that everybody watching knows more than I do and everything, but it turns out a lot of you actually don't. So I am flattered that you come to me for... Stop, park and brake. You come to me for learning how to do things, so I appreciate it. It's awesome. Alright, here we go. End of runway dimmer switch. We don't really care because we don't have any passengers. Landing lights come on now. There we go. They're up all the way. Nav lights come on now. Confirm the flaps. And we'll start the timer as soon as we roll out. So here we go. Let's request takeoff clearance.
Rochester Tower, Turtle Soup, Tango, 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 41 at runway tree 1, ready for departure IFR to Minneapolis.
Turtle Soup Tango Tango Tango, for 1 altimeter 30.03, wind tree 20 at 16. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 1.
Cleared for takeoff runway, tree 1, Turtle Soup Tango, 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 41.
Alright, so we're clear for takeoff. There's our barometer. I'll smash B a couple times, although once is enough. Now I feel kind of silly for not using the ATIS because we're supposed to use the ATIS, but whatever. Oh boy, the wind is really blowing me like crazy. Holy cow. Let's get lined up. Did you see that windsock? That was nuts. At least we have a headwind right now of what? 20 knots? Yeah, that's about right in Minneapolis. It's pretty cold and windy. So here we go. And lift off. Brakes to stop the wheels. Gear coming in. And we'll fly just for a moment before we gauge autopilot. Flaps coming in. Look out the windows. Farm country. Mayo Clinic country. And we'll set autopilot. Just like that. Release everything. Good to go.
Turtle Soup Tango Tango Tango, for 1 contact Minneapolis Center on 132.35. Good day.
So now we're simply at the mercy of autopilot and there's a Mayo. Autopilot and ATC.
132.35 for Turtle Soup Tango, 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 41. Minneapolis Center Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 is at 2,600 feet, climbing 9,000 feet.
Turtle Soup Tango Tango Tango, for 1 Minneapolis Center altimeter 30.03, continue to Zippy as planned.
Zippy, huh? Zippity doo dah. Says we're 9 and 10 minutes out from Zippity Zibby, but our speed will increase once we reach cruising altitude. So we're going to sit back and enjoy, what's it beeping at us? Oh, we're burning the engines a little bit. Let's bring that back just out of the red. There we go. Cruise dimmer switch. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that. DS is neat. We're going to keep it on because it's so cold. And nurse separator we will keep on because it's cold. That keeps ice chunks from getting to the motor, for the engine, sorry. But you do lose a little bit of power with that on.
50 miles south. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS Victor runway tree 5 approach via new transition. Clear to new.
See, a lot of ATC during this video that we get to listen to. Landing lights off, we'll keep them on and then monitor things. And that's it for
Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect
that.
ILS Victor runway tree 5 approach via new transition. Clear to new FedEx tree 8 tree.
Alrighty. Yep. It just says monitor things on my checklist. Simple enough. Yeah, I think that's it literally until they give us our approach, because it's such a short flight. We're just going to hang out. We'll go to 9,000 feet. They'll probably have us come down right away. They'll give us our transition. We'll come down in here, and we'll make all those changes. If it's ILS, we don't need to worry about it. It'll put in the frequency for us, and it'll change over to localizer for us. All we have to do is hit approach. If it's RNAV, I don't remember how to do that. I think approach still works. I don't know. We'll worry about that when they give us our instructions. So sit back and enjoy the scenery I'm going to show you, and ATC when there is some, and I'll join you again when we have to do something.
FedEx Tree 83 contact Minneapolis Center on 133.7. Good day.
Alright, hopefully you are enjoying the incredible scenery with these clouds. I told you it was going to be cool. Look at that. Just
Delta 235
beautiful.
69 miles south. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS Victor runway 35 approach via new transition. Clear to new.
And pretty soon we'll get our transition. I hope. I hope.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS Victor runway 35 approach via new transition. Clear to new Delta 2358.
Yep, that's not us yet, but pretty soon we should be descending, and we'll get our transition and everything in our approach, and we'll put it in the computer. But in the meantime, let's go back outside and enjoy incredible clouds and the sun just peeking through every now and then. Look at that. So we're right in the middle of this cloud. We're just above the base and just below the top. Thin layer of cloud, and they put us right in the middle of it. That's pretty funny. And in real life, this is what it's like right now in Minneapolis. Oh, look at that. That's something else, isn't it? I've also always appreciated how good the scenery is in my home area ever since the first day of the sim. Otherwise, I'll give you some interesting features to look out for as we approach. We'll be going over Fort Snelling State Park. I can't really see the fort because it'll go too fast, although it will be in view if you know where to look. Otherwise, there's like biking trails, camping, hiking and stuff down by the river where the Minnesota and Mississippi meet. It's very cool. Let's see here. It's turning us, but we haven't gotten any more instructions, which is okay. We will get the instructions, I'm sure of it. Although the test flight I did while being in this area was not, these were not these airports and this route. So I'm still confident we'll get what we need. And look at -9 Celsius. That's why we have all of our de-icing on. That's why we have our inertia separator on. Because we need to. Let's actually crank up the temperature in here a little bit. We're getting a little bit chilly. Otherwise, we're just going to sit back and listen to more ATC as they give other planes instructions, and we'll listen out for our own instructions.
Minneapolis-St, Delta 426 is passing flight level 185, descending 10,000 feet. Delta 426 Minneapolis-St, continue as planned. Delta 2358, contact Minneapolis approach on 119.3. Good day. FlexJet 441, contact Minneapolis-St on 133.7. Good day. 41, contact Minneapolis-St on 133.7. Good day.
Okay, things should be happening here.
Envoy 3988 is at 17,700 feet, descending 10,000 feet. Envoy 3988, Minneapolis-St altimeter 30.08, continue as planned. Delta 2985, you are 57 miles south. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet, expect ILS Victor, runway 35 approach via new transition. Clear to new.
Can't even get a word in. Oh my gosh. I can't even get a word in to acknowledge my handoff.
133.7 Turtle Soup Tango, 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 41. Minneapolis-St, Turtle Soup Tango, 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 41, 9,000 feet.
Turtle Soup Tango, 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 for 1 Minneapolis-St altimeter 30.08, continue to Ahmed as planned.
Okay.
Turtle Soup Tango, 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 for 1 contact Minneapolis approach on 126.95. Good day.
Going to 126.95 Turtle Soup Tango, 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 41. Minneapolis approach Turtle Soup Tango, 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 41, 9,000 feet.
Turtle Soup Tango, 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 for 1 Minneapolis approach altimeter 30.08, continue to Ahmed as planned.
Alright, so we'll push
Turtle Soup
B.
Tango, 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 41 descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Turtle Soup Tango, 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 41.
Alright, so we hit B on the barometer to reset it to what he said, and then we're going down 7,000 feet. Here we go.
You are 25 miles south. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS Victor runway 35 approach via new transition. Clear to new.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS Victor runway 35 approach via new transition. Cleared to new. Turtle Soup Tango, 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 41.
Alright, do you see what he did there? I simply...
Minneapolis approach Delta 461 is at 10,800 feet, descending 7,000 feet. Delta 461 Minneapolis approach altimeter tree 0.07, continue to new as planned. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
Alright, a lot has happened here with all the ATC, but they gave me my approach. I went into procedure. And, whoop, hang on, let's go home here. I went into procedure, went into approach, put in ILS 35V, whatever that means. I haven't heard that one before. And then I went to the transition they gave me. I had loaded it, and now we're active, right? Because we can hit act. See, it's already loaded. Plane turned to move over, and now we're just simply going to fly here. And it'll go straight in because it's an ILS. If we go to NavCom, there's nothing in here yet. They will change that for us. I don't know what ILS V meant, Victor. I've never heard that before. I'm sure a lot of you watching are rolling your eyes because you know what that means. But in my 20-some years of flight sim, I've never heard that. ILS... It's not even on here, so I don't know what ILS 35 Victor means. 35? They, in real life, I don't know if they ever use this runway. They'll use 17 to take off a lot, but I've never seen them use 35 for landing. Do they? Huh. Okay. Okay, whatever. I mean, I'm part of the Facebook groups for... let's not exceed 250, but I also want to look outside. I'm part of the Facebook groups for the airport, and they talk about departing on 17. I've never heard them talk about landing on 35, though. That's pretty cool. So, okay, whatever. It's a pretty short runway. You can see it up here already. It's that one. This is 30 left and right. That's 35. Okay, cool. We'll see what happens. Let's start slowing down a little bit. I'm surprised they didn't give us a speed, because when I did my test before, they gave me speeds. So what I'm wondering about here is the radios, because I didn't even see it on there. So we'll have to see if this changes. Maybe that did already change. I think it was 110.9. I think it changed to 110.95 for us already. I just wasn't in that screen when it did it. If not, we'll we'll land by hand. We have visual. Oh, here we go.
You are 13 miles south of Minneapolis. Contact Minneapolis Tower on 123.675 when inbound on the approach.
Okay, you see what
Tower
happened
on
there?
123,
I'll explain in a second.
675. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
Our radios did change on us, and all of a sudden localizer changed over. Our glide slope was below, so I came up here very quickly, hit approach, and now it's going to line us up with both the runway and localizer and glide slope. And let's go to the tower now, tell them we're landing.
Contact Minneapolis approach on 119er decimal tree. Good day.
Minneapolis Tower Turtle Soup Tango 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 4111 miles south inbound ILS Victor runway tree 5 approach.
Look at all that air traffic.
Tango Tango Tango
Jeez.
41 Minneapolis Tower. Altimeter tree 0.07 wind tree 24 at 15. Cleared ILS Victor runway tree 5 approach.
Alright, and I did the barometer.
Cleared ILS Victor runway tree 5 approach Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
Now, we're not supposed to automatically land in this, but it's fun to let it land. It'll just land us pretty roughly. Oh, there's someone taking off. See, they take off from 17, see? That's what he did. And there's there's airplanes landing on 30 left. This is 169. No, it isn't. 169 is over there after 35. I think this is 13. And then 77 north and south. Minnesota River joins the Mississippi River.
Tango Tango 41 wind tree 10 at 20. Cleared to land runway tree 5.
Did that say takeoff?
Cleared to land runway tree 5, Turtle
Okay.
Soup Tango, Tango Tango 41.
Okay, we're cleared to land, so all we need to do now is monitor our... Whoops, did not mean to do that.
Minneapolis Airport
Shoot.
information, Oscar.
I hit the wrong button. All we need to do is just monitor our speed. And we got gear coming down. There's downtown Minneapolis in front of us. Downtown St. Paul is right there. This is the Mendota Bridge. Where is it? I'm not over far enough. Mendota Bridge is right over there. It's like a mile or something long. Look at, see, they're taking off coming at us because that's normal. Whatever, ATC, you're funny. What's our wind looking like? I mean, we got good. It's all good. So anyway, first set of flaps. So anyway, a lot happened at once. I don't think I was particularly articulate about everything because there's just too much going on. So if you want to see what I did, just rewind the tape, have a look for yourself and see what I did. There's Mall of America right here. Can't miss it. And then IKEA is right over there. So we are going to let the plane land itself just because it's funny, because you wouldn't land this particular plane by itself in real life. But it will land in the sim, so we're just going to let it do it because I think it's hilarious. Whoops, careful on the throttle there. So all I'm doing is managing speed. I'll get the second set of flaps on in a moment, and it'll touch down, and then autopilot will turn off automatically, and we will park over at Signature, which from here is over here, because it's a long 30 left, so it's over here by the Fort Snelling, second set of flaps, Fort Snelling, cemetery. Look at the city there.
Altimeter tree 0.06 wind tree 10 at 20.
Keep an eye on our speed here. This wind is ridiculous. 19-20 knots. I'm having a really hard time. So we're going to keep our speed ahead here. Faster than we would because of the wind. Look at this. There we go. Fort Snelling is over there. You can't totally see it because you're not on 30 left. But that's okay because there's Mall of America. There's Radisson Blue. I actually did a lot of work for back of the house there, doing some very technical, fancy things. There's IKEA right there. And let's land an airplane. Well, let's let the computer land an airplane. This wind is ridiculous. Alright. Let's see if it lands. Yeah, let's see if it lands itself. I want to see what happens, so let's bring back throttles. We're going kind of fast while just fighting the wind. And I'm not listening to ATC. Hopefully you can hear me talk over it. And let's see what happens here. So we are going to... Oh my gosh, why are we going over there? And smash. Boom. Alright, reversers, brakes, flaps coming in. And can we take this first exit? We can. We literally stopped in like 25 feet. So again, you normally wouldn't not... Whoa, the wind. The wind. Oh, the wind. Oh my gosh.
121.9er, Turtle Soup, Tango, Tango Tango 41.
Alright, let's stop here a second. And we got a few things to do before we request taxi to parking. Set the parking brake a second. Let's start the timer. Stop the timer, I mean. Where's primary? Timer. Boom, 27-minute flight. We'll stop that. Let's come up here and turn you off. I know I set my parking brake. Alright, let's bring back down the taxi lights instead of... Come on. There we go. Taxi lights and nav lights can come off. Pulse light can come off. Dimmer switch doesn't matter because we don't have anybody back there. Oxygen and flaps up. Confirm. Yes, they are. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go to parking, which I know where I want to park. Whoa, look at that. That's awesome. And the reason why there's a POI here, that's the bridge. The bridge. What bridge is that? Oh my gosh, I did a whole video just on that bridge. Look at all that air traffic coming in. That's crazy. Like I said, on my test flight I was coming in, and a plane went through me and underneath me. Wow, look at all that air traffic. But what is this bridge? It's not Loring, is it? What? How come I can't remember the name of that bridge? I did an entire video dedicated to that bridge. Whatever. Anyway, we're going to taxi to Signature, which is right here, off 30 left, because I thought we were going to land here. But that's okay because we got to see the Mall of America very, very close. That's cool. One time, I'll just tell a quick story. When I was coming down 77, oh yeah, there's a Target there and a Home Depot there. I was coming down 77, and a 747 took off on this runway. Very, very short, but they did. And they came up. As soon as they took off, they banked hard to the right over here on 494 and 77, and I could see the pilot's face in the window. It was ridiculous, but it's so awesome. I just want to see this plane coming in. Also, I used to cycle around the airport when I would cycle from here where I live, kind of live there, cycle around, do the whole thing, come back. It was 11-mile loop. Problem was, it was incredibly, insanely windy. Alrighty, I just wanted to watch the airplanes come in. I thought that'd be kind of cool, but we gotta wait a minute, I guess. Alright, the landing lights just rendered in. Oh, he's going around. Why is he going around? Maybe I'm too close? You think I'm too close and they're going to send them all around? I don't think so. That other plane landed and I was still on the runway. Let's see if this guy's going to land here. Nope, he's going around too. Okay, whatever. Fine. Which way is it to Signature? I already lost track. We're going to go down this taxiway and just follow this taxiway till we get to Signature. And that's Humphrey, or, well, they call it Terminal 2 now. We call it Humphrey. That's why you see gates way over here, but there's the main terminal. St. Paul up there, you see St. Paul. Alrighty, cool. See, they're using 20... Wait, what's he using? 12? No, he's... yeah, whatever. Okie dokie, let's get back on track, though. We're starting to get distracted. Let's do taxi to parking, although we know where we're going.
Ground Turtle Soup, Tango Tango Tango, 41, request taxi to parking.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 taxi to General Aviation Parking using taxiway Kilo 3 Kilo cross runway for Kilo Sierra Mike Whiskey cross runway for Whiskey Charlie cross runway 12 right Charlie Alpha Delta Quebec.
Got it. Okay.
Taxiing to General Aviation Parking using taxiway Kilo 3 Kilo cross runway for Kilo Sierra Mike Whiskey cross runway for Whiskey Charlie cross runway 12 right Charlie Alpha Delta Quebec. Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
Okay, it is so windy that I have no throttle right now and full right rudder. And look at us. We're going in a straight line at a pretty good clip. Look at that. Just because it's so windy. Am I going to make this corner at this speed? Oh, we did. Okay, can we get back to the right here? Okay. Not bad. Whoa. You kind of missed our turn there. But there's Humphrey Terminal, or Terminal 2. Right there, and then we would say Lindbergh Terminal for the main one, which is now Terminal 1. And you can see the skyline just over the buildings there. Otherwise, yeah, we're just going to follow this around. Look at that. Look at full right rudder just to go straight. Look at that, full right rudder. Oh my gosh, and I have no throttle still. None. No throttle. That's ridiculously crazy. 27 knots, no throttle, and full right rudder. Somehow we're going to have to turn this corner. Not sure how we're going to do it. Alright, slam on the brakes. There we go. Oh, it's still speeding us up. Look at that. That's ridiculous. And the main terminal's in front of us. We're going to turn right. Oh, there's a parking ramp. We're going to turn right. Let's check for traffic quick. No traffic. Come on, turn. Are you going to turn with this wind? We're going to have to crawl around this corner. There we go. And then we're going to park there at Signature, which when I did my test flight, there were like 20 huge jets clogging everything. But now it's empty, which is good. Good for us. Oh, there we go. And we just passed the viewing area. There's an official viewing area you can drive to right there and watch airplanes. And the Facebook group is there every day. People from the group. And they post stuff. It's fun. Alright, time to turn into Signature. And then we'll have somebody come take our washing machine supplies. No, you don't want to go. Okay. Anyway, someone will pick up our washing machine supplies and then we'll be on our way somewhere else next time, I guess. So if you do have a flight you would like me to fly, as long as it uses default aircraft, I will fly it. IFR, VFR doesn't matter. I generally don't fly tube liners, but I will maybe, or else I'll just pick up a citation or something. Just leave it in the comments below where you want me to go on this under 90 minutes flight time. I'll fly it as soon as I can in my schedule. Otherwise, we'll probably go back to some GA flights for a while, maybe throw in an IFR here or there, because they are fun. I just prefer GA, VFR. And when the next bush trips come out, we'll fly those too. But anyway, let's park this thing, and then I'm gonna end the video in a moment and then do some racing. I think I haven't done Forza in quite some time because I've been doing all these IFR flights just to test some things. But it was definitely fun to do it this way. This was a very successful flight. I'm quite pleased. Oh, there's a plane landing. Quite pleased with how this flight turned out. Set the parking brake, hop inside. It's also fun that I use my checklist on my computer. I can see it better. Are your parking brakes set? Yes. Strobe lights off. They are now. Fuel selection to manual. Not that it really matters at the moment, but there it goes. AP trims off. There we go. Bleed off, which is down here. And conditioners off on the yoke. There we go. That'll turn off the airplane. Turn off all switches and things. There we go. Auxiliary pump off. Wherever you are, there you go. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There we go. And crash lever down, please. And there we go. And that'll end our flight, and it's saving, so it logs. Logbook doesn't pop up anymore. And there you go. There you have it. Very successful flight, like I said. Oh, so he got to land on 30 left. I guess it's fine. We did it. It was kind of fun to use something new, and like I said, we got to see more America. So anyway, very successful. I'm quite pleased with it. Super happy. Otherwise, that's all I got to say. Like, subscribe, so you know when the next video drops. Sorry, I'm distracted by that guy. And I'll see you then.